de-stressing, not carrying yesterday into today. And I understand, trust me when I tell you, I understand that the how impossible that sounds. I understand how just grandiose that whole idea sounds. Like right now, to share with you, I'm going through a couple different things. All right, right now I just finished my first year of university, and I feel like I'm playing a serious real life game of catch up. You know, every time I feel like I'm playing a real life game of catch up. Like I feel like I'm so far behind, it's unreal, and it stresses me out every day. Now, when I show up at York University, I thank anyone who knows me knows I always say I can't believe I go to York. To other people, it's just another part of life. Like after high school, I went to York. You know, to me, going to York, man. 4 years ago, I was a homeless bum who stunk of alcohol 24 hours a day, and now I'm friends with professors from York, professors that I had back in George Brown. I still talk to them. I still connect with them. We go out for coffee. We talk about life. We talk about everything. Never in a million years did I ever think this will happen. But on the downside, I feel like I'm playing a serious game of catch up, and it stresses me out every day. Take this for instance. Last Friday, was it Friday? Last Friday, I went to the Hockey Hall of Fame with Bernice Carnegie. She's one of my mentors, a wonderful woman. I can spend the rest of the gigabytes on this memory card talking about her. She filled me up with so much hope, inspiration. Her father is a legend in my mind, in many people's minds, and it inspires me to do great things every single day. So I went to the Hockey Hall of Fame with Bernice Carnegie, and they were giving out awards. They're giving out scholarships to 60 kids, high school kids. You should hear the things these kids are doing. It was just another reminder of how far behind I am. There's this girl who started a club in her room, just herself. She said, I'm going to start this club and I'm the president. And what her club was is she's going to take her old books and give it to schools who don't have books around the world or whatever, right? So she takes her old books and she sends it to some school. Then she convinces her sister to do the same thing. Now it's her and her sister, and these two convince their friends to take your last year books because you're not going to use them anyways, and we're going to send them. Now that club is worldwide. This is like a 15, 16-year-old girl who did this. And I'm like, holy crap. And she started a club. She decided that she's going to start a club, be the president of it. And with a little momentum, with a little belief, look how big this club is. It's worldwide. It's worldwide. She's got people from all over the place taking their old books and sending it to specific schools, whatever schools sign up for, the help that she's giving. And I'm like, wow, if she can do that, if some girl could sit in her room and say, and this is one girl out of 60 students. I'm telling you, every single time another kid came up, it was another story. There's this other girl, she started this club about experimenting in the brain. It's just like talking about different parts of the brain and what it does, and she got other people who are interested. And now she's got doctors in Sick Kids Hospital and Mount Sinai are sitting around creating workshops and seminars based on what she started about evaluating the brain and its functions, because our brain is just the possibilities of our mind is unreal, and the experiments that we're doing on our minds is we just begun. And she's probably going to, I wish I remembered her name right now, she's probably going to be one of those innovators that we're talking about 10 to 20 years from now. But that day, sitting there watching them get awards, obviously, if you can't tell, I'm excited for them, and they motivated me to do more and to use my day more wisely. But again, it's stressing me out, reminding me that I have a serious game of catch up. But at the same time, I cannot take that stress. I can't be like, oh man, I should have did it 20 years ago. I should have been smarter. I should have, how come I didn't do this and that? I can't do that. I just have to take the positive parts and say, well, if she can do that, if she can make such a big impact on the world, then what am I waiting for? What am I waiting for? Now, I don't have old school books to give away, and nor do I have, like, even though I have a brain, I don't have that kind of love to start reading about it and dissecting, but I do have passions and loves in my own life that I can pass on to other people or get around other like-minded people and create our own path. So hopefully in this video, I feel like I did a little bit of rambling, but that's what I do sometimes, right? Hopefully in this video, which is the first of many, that you got a clear look of who I am, understand when I'm doing this. I'm doing this as a first step into starting something, a help out there that people can use to de-stress. So just a reminder not to bring yesterday into tomorrow or into today. Just a reminder of staying positive and trying to do the best with what you have, instead of getting all angry and pissed off about the things that you don't have. Do the best with what you do have. Now, I'll tell you something. When I was in this shelter, it's called Fort York. It's a men's shelter, all right? I was in that shelter, and there's 8 people in the room. 8 people in the room. It's the first shelter that someone stole something from me. I've been in shelter since I was 16 years old. At, I think, 30. Anyways, it was the first time someone stole something from me. Stole my damn shoes, right? And when I was in that shelter, I had this guy, I don't want to say his name, he sat across from me, and he used to sniff crystal meth all day long, all night long, and talk to me, right? It was the first time, I'll never forget this, because it's the first time I've seen every drug except for crystal meth. I've never seen crystal meth until he cut it up in front of me and started snorting.